I'm not entirely certain that the bill as a whole out of Congress will, in fact, have a negative impact upon the state of New Jersey. Many of the people who previously would have itemized their deductions now are going to be within the $24,000 increase in the credit. And as a result, it seems to me that many people who previously would have taken $10,000 or $15,000 off won't have to do that anymore. One in particular, as a matter of fact. So it seems to me that, according to the statistics I saw, like 80% of the people in the state of New Jersey are going to get a tax cut, and another 10% are going to have no effect whatsoever. The interesting thing about the list that has been given to us is that if you were to make a list of the wealthiest towns in all of New Jersey, probably many of these would be on that list. Princeton, Millburn, Mendham Township, Morris Township, my hometown. And so what you're looking at there is a lot of people with a lot of money who are paying very high property taxes, especially in places like Millburn and Princeton. Morris Township actually happens to be an exception to that rule. Our property taxes are relatively low by New Jersey standards, are going to potentially pay higher taxes. The one aspect of the I liked most of the bills you had. I wasn't wild about the one resolution, though, because it struck me that that the resolution is not sufficiently specific. The language that was included in the be it resolved clause, it says the legislature of the state of New Jersey urges Congress to immediately explore all possible means to lessen the negative impact of the 2017 federal tax reform legislation on New Jersey taxpayers. It seems to me that we've been around in this business quite a long time, Mr. Chairman. We know what many of the adverse consequences that federal tax law has upon New Jersey actually are, and I think we should be more specific in suggesting what they should do. Like, for example, a bill which substantially cuts the progressivity of the federal code would be a wonderful thing for people in Princeton, Millburn, Bernardsville, Morris Township, Mendham Township, and a lot of these other districts where the so-called rich live, and as a result, we send huge tax bills federally to people who live in Montclair.
Assemblyman Carroll, can you stay on the bills,
please?
This
is on the bill, Mr. Chairman. It's because it's specifically ACR 145 is talking about.
We're talking about deductions, though, for the
that's not what
loopholes that we have here, and we're trying to address it to help the residents of New Jersey. So,
correct, Mr. Chairman.
I mean, we could go through the whole gamut of what's wrong with New Jersey as far as property taxes and other things, but today we're talking about the bill, so let's try to keep it to that.
Okay, Mr. Chairman. Again, I would commend the Chair's attention to ACR 145, which is a very broad-based resolution which urges a substantial change in many federal tax policies. And it seems to me, Mr. Chairman, that if we're going to complain about the defects in the 2017 Tax Act, there's nothing in there that specifically says that the defects in that bill.
In all due respect, I think the federal, the legislation, the new legislation, has a negative effect to the New Jersey residents, and Assemblyman Fryman is addressing that. We're not specifically going through the whole gamut of the federal tax laws, and this is not what this meeting's about.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I will accept that, but I would suggest again that what the Chair has just said is very much a matter of debatable personal opinion, and I would submit is not supported by the facts.